It says it says a successful reset save negates this effect. Hello and welcome to Dungeons & Dragons Online Let's Play Series 2. For a while I debated on how to move forward with this series, and I think I've come up with a pretty good plan. In the first series, I was a survivable melee ranger who could also disarm traps. I'm kind of doing a 180 with this series by going for an arcane, specifically a wizard, and more specifically a Drow Pale Master that starts at level 4. I am using the core of the free-to-play account, but I'm capitalizing on unlocking both the Drow race and the Veteran Status 1. I'll be using a build by LSD, which is meant as an epic challenge farmer. I don't own the challenge packs, but this build should be fine for our purposes. The link to LSD's build on the DDO forums is in the description below. For the build is going to be a Drow wizard. The stats are Strength of 10, Dexterity 10, Constitution 14, Intelligence 20, Wisdom 8, and Charisma 10. The skills are going to be Balance, Concentration, Haggle, Heal, Jump, Repair, Spellcraft, Tumble, and UMD. The feats we're going to choose will be Spell Focus Enchantment, Insightful Reflexes to add our Intelligence modifier instead of Dexterity modifier to our reflex saves. Now, as far as spells, just a note. There are some spell scrolls that cannot be purchased at vendors. They must be looted or purchased from the auction house. There's a link in the description to the wiki that shows which spells are rare spells. If you want to have all the spells possible in the game on your wizard, you will need to choose these rare spells as you level up. For example, at level 1, Disrupt Undead is a rare spell, so I'll choose that. The other spells I chose are Expeditious Retreat, Featherfall, Jump, Master's Touch, Acid Spray, Burning Hands, and Nyax Cold Ray. Acid Spray and Burning Hands used in conjunction are kind of like mini AoEs, which is nice, and the Nyax Cold Ray is good for a single target. However, it does have a reflex save to it, which the mob will take no damage whatsoever if they make a reflex save. So that's something to watch. Now I'm going to do some fast forwarding to get the characters look the way I want it, change the alignment to neutral, and we're done. But we're not done because we're on the Heart of Wind, the ship that all veteran status characters start on. I played with my hotbars set up, adjusted some settings, and was ready to speak with Thela. Now, since I have the option, I can either start at level 4 or I can start as level 1 on Korthos. Well, I worked for this. I got the favor. So I want to be able to start at level 4. So what this has done is given me the XP to basically go up to level 4. So we're going to use that and level up. Started my venturing career as a wizard, and after that I trained as a spellcaster because I was still a wizard. This is going to be a pure 20 wizard. At level 2, we are going to take, for skills, we're going to take Concentration, Heal, right there, Repair, because that's what it says to do, Spellcraft, and use Magic Device. Next, now we get to pick some more spells. These are still all of the first level spells that we've already seen, so we can just pick out kind of whatever we want. So what do we have already? We have some damaging spells, and we have some other things. Let's go for Sonic Blast just to try it out. And Magic Missile really isn't that great. We could also do a charm person. That might be a fun thing to try. But you know what? I think I'm going to actually choose detect secret doors because I would like to be able to, maybe if I'm able to slot it, be able to do that. So we finish. So if we look at our character sheet, we are now second level. So that means we get to go to level 3 and then level 4. We trained as a spellcaster. We were a wizard. And now we go into this stuff. Now we're going to put a point into balance, concentration, haggle. Some of these are kind of all over the place, but it just gives you a little bit more benefit, I think. Repair, and spellcraft. Now notice there's no UMD. We'll be picking that back up later. Alrighty. So at level 3 we get a feat. And we're going to choose, according to the build, Empower Spell. So there we go. Now we get to pick some level 2 spells. Now I have the list in front of me that shows me what the rare scrolls are. So one of them is Lesser Death Aura, which is something that we probably want at some point because this is going to be our means of healing ourselves whenever we get these various forms, like zombie form and whatnot. So we're going to choose that one definitely, and we get one more spell. So what would be useful as another spell? Several, actually. Blur would be good. That would help mitigate some damage. We have Web, which would be nice because we could just throw down a web and run. I think I'm going to go for Blur. So we do that, and we finish. Alright, look at our character sheet again. We are Wizard level 3, and we are going to take level 4, the final level, at least on the Heart of Wood here. We trained as a spellcaster, studied as a wizard. Now, our level up point, since a wizard gets their spell points and all their difficulty check things are done by intelligence, that is what we're going to put points into. So our ranger, we leveled up our strength, but intelligence is what we're going to level up for our wizard. And let's see, we're going to go concentration for the first skill, heal, back up just a hair, there we go, repair, spellcraft, and the last 2 points are going to go into UMD. And the last time we get to pick spells out, at least on the Heart of Wind. So what would be good? Web sounds nice. Scorching Ray sounds nice. Scorch actually is decent. I think I'm going to go for Scorch because this is kind of like an upgraded version of our Burning Hands. It does more of like an AoE type of a thing. So we're going to pick that. And we get one more spell. We could actually pick things from this as well if we want to. And you know what? I think I'm going to pick Night Shield. Because the only reason is because this gives us protection from magic missiles. It's either a toss-up between that, at least in my opinion, that, or Shield. Shield gives you a +4 bonus to your armor class and protection from magic missiles. I think the resistance bonus, eventually we'll have all these spells because we'll just inscribe them. But for now, that's what I'm going to take. So next, and here's all the things we get. A little bit of an increase to our spell points and hit points, not very many hit points though, and finish. Now when we talk to her, she says, oh, your stories are terrific, and yada yada yada. So what I'm going to do now is spend the action points. So let me bring up this. So according to LSD's build, and he shows, I will have obviously a link in the description for everyone to go and check out his build. Excuse me. First, he had the Pale Master core here, which is Dark Reaping. And then he had the Archmage core, and he went for Conjuration, which is somewhere. There we go. So, Grease, which sounds fun. And we accept. Now, the last one is Energy of the Scholar in the Archmage. Yep. So we have a point that we're going to put in there. Good, and accept just because. At level 2, he says you're going to take Energy of the Scholar 2, there, and Pale Master Skeletal Knight, which is this. This is where you can completely not take this. The reason he's taking this is because he's using this character as a challenge farmer, and in some of the challenges you have to protect this this guy, this foreman, in these Kobold quests, or Kobold challenges rather. So what he did is he got the Skeletal Knight because you're able to park that guy just like a hireling and say, hey, sit here and do this. I haven't played with these guys, and I'm probably not going to be even doing any heroic elite stuff because of the lack of trap skills. So I think I'm going to take this just because I've never played around with it before. So it'd be new to me, and that sounds like fun times. And accept. So, all right, level 3, he took, in the Archmage, he took, improved empowering. So we're going to click on that, and this gives us a choice. The ones with the red, we don't have the feat for that yet, the spell feat. So we're going to take improved empowering, and he took this to level 2. What this does is going to decrease our spell points that we use. It says using the Empower spell feat costs you 4 fewer spell points. So every time we cast a spell with Empower going, it's going to cost us 4 less than normal. And he bumped that up to 2. So then we accept, and we're done. So we're at the start of level 4 right now, and that means that next time, once we take level 5, we'll be spending all of our points that we receive during that process of playing. We'll spend them when we level up to level 5. So we'll be just a little bit behind, but that's just the way it works. So we close out, and now we're all pretty much naked. So we're going to run over here with our ears, and we're going to select Wizard Gear. One note, if you happen to multi-class for some reason, like say you take a rogue level first and then you want to go like 18 wizard and 2 rogues, so you're still able to do traps, that is also a very good build. I just want to try pure wizard just because, so that's why I'm doing this. But you'll get the choice, if you are on the Heart of Wind here, you'll get the choice between selecting wizard gear or selecting rogue gear. So it's kind of depending on what your playstyle is, I suppose. I'm going for wizard gear because that's the only thing that he offers me. So I'm going to hit I for my inventory. As you can see, I have a Lesser Heart of Wood, which is going to go in the bank later. I have 200 pinches of fine sand, which is a spell component used for first level spells. I also have some for the level 2 spells, and I'm going to go ahead and lock both of these so I do not accidentally sell them. We have a robe, and this gives us basically lesser arcane augmentation, which means when we cast a level 1 spell, it'll increase that by 1 level. So decent, so we'll put that on so we're not all naked. We have the engraved ring, so it gives us a protection +1 to our armor class. The girdle of lesser fortitude, so this gives a +1 to our fortitude save. Winter boots gives us 3 points of cold resistance. Archivist goggles gives us a +3 concentration, +10 power, and then we put this on as well, the Archivist necklace, and when we wear both of these, we get an increase of our spell points by 20. Now, the thing is, though, even though these say you get power 1, so you get 10 hit points, or 10 spell points rather, and we get 20 from this, that doesn't mean we get 30. We put it on, we only get an extra 10. That's because it's only using the highest amount. But this little clicky here is actually kind of nice because it restores some spell points. It has 2 clicks of that. You'll notice it says it's exclusive. That's because the developers made it so that you can't just carry a bunch of these around and have a almost unlimited supply of spell points. So it's a pretty powerful thing, and it's actually something that I keep on all of my characters that have a blue bar that have spell points, because you never know when something goes south and you need to have some extra spell points. If you don't have any potions or something, you just click on this and at least get some spell points back. What else we got here? We got a curative cloak, so this is going to heal us for probably about 4 hit points, so that'll probably be ditched almost immediately. Arcane Gloves gives us a +1 to our spell penetration. And we have this, the Eternal Wand of Finger of Fire. Basically, this shoots a ray out and lets us... I'm not sure if I can do this on the boat. Let me see. Yep, I may not perform that action. Of course I can't perform that action. Why was I thinking I could perform that action? So that, long and short, is the leveling up process. And I'll show up this little wand whenever I get into a quest. One thing I want to do is, boom, do that. And I want to set my spells that we have. So what are we going to need? Let's take a look at this. Let's just slot all of these because I said. So we're going to do our damage spells. I'm going to do them down here. Obviously, you don't have to do that. And buffs are going to go over here. Let's see. Let's go to first level spells. So we have 4 slots for our spells. So out of all these, which ones do we want, or which ones will be more useful? The Master's Touch, at least for right now, because our spell points are going to be kind of low, I'm going to mostly cast some spells plus melee some things. So I'm going to take Master's Touch. The next one, I think I will take Expeditious Retreat, so I can move around faster between quests. And for the last 2, I'm going to take Acid Spray and Burning Hands. And I'm just going to cycle through these pretty much, these 3 spells at first, just to kill off the mobs. Now, I do have Nyax here, which is a good single target type of thing, but again, it says it says a successful reflex save negates its effect. So, if the mob makes the reflex save, you know, you've wasted spell points. So, not really something I'm probably going to use that much. I found out, though, if you use like an maximize and empower on Nyax, like on the Earth Elementals, it works really well because they have kind of a low reflex save. Let's go to feats because I want to be able to plop these guys in. We have Empower, which you can turn on or off. That just gives you a bonus to your spell power for the spells that you cast. We already have the inscribed spell, so that's good. We don't care about pretty much anything else. Nope, we're good. Let's see, Conjuration Grease. I'm not really going to use that. That's just a prerequisite, basically, for something else. I am, however, going to put the Skeletal Knight thing over here because I want to make that guy and run around with him. So let's see what that guy looks like. What does it say? Cost 10 spell points. Summon the reanimated body of an ancient knight to do your bidding. Has strong melee attacks and is difficult to destroy. This powerful ally is a fighter with a level equal to your current level in wizard class, plus any epic levels you may have. So since it will be a full 20 wizard, he's going to be eventually a full 20 fighter. Additional ranks in this enhancement increases your knight's damage, attack speed, movement speed, and fortification. If your skeleton knight is destroyed, you cannot summon a new one until you have rested. So if this dude dies, we're pretty much going solo. Oh, and of course the bar pops up like over here all crazy and stuff. So there's our little pet who actually does something. And I think, yeah, I customized the AI. Right now he only has attack. Maybe that's just all they have. I wish we could name him. My little pet skeleton guy. You're all shiny. Okay, let's run up here because the last process in this, before I take off, you'll note under here it shows my pet has 98 health, which is more than mine because of course he does. Every character I make has 30 hit points. First I'm going to do the free roll because I want to see if I get anything good. 400 experience points and 2 concentrated elixirs of mnemonic enhancement. So 400 XP is decent. These things can go to the bank. All these are, you get spell points back. Okay, now we're going to talk to this guy. He's going to give us a choice as a veteran status character of choosing one of these weapons. Excuse me. Had to cough. For the most part, this is the only thing you're going to have a lot of proficiency with, is that thing. Look at our strength real quick. We have a strength of 10, which is not really that great, right? However, we're still going to be able to save some spell points by doing some melee stuff and using Master's Touch. So which I forgot to slot in, so I'll have to do those spells before we get too much further in. Let's see. For the most part, I would go for a two-hander like the Great Axe or the Great Sword. Yeah, I would go for one of those two. So let's grab a sword. Why not? Most people go for the axe. I'm going to be different because I said so. So we're going to equip that. Now it says we're not Wow, talk much. It says we are not proficient with this. The reason we're not proficient with this is because we're a wizard. We don't gain proficiency with martial weapons, only simple weapons. So we can't use this right now. So what I'm going to do is what I should have done. I'm trying to think of where the nearest place I can change spells. Yeah, actually, let's go over here to the Phoenix Tavern because I want to slot... Oh, actually, we already have them. Okay. That one and that one. Death Order I'm not going to worry about. Yeah, we'll do that. So this will allow us to run a little bit faster. And did I have Master's Touch? Let's stick that down here at the bottom for just a moment. So, again, I don't have proficiency with this. But if I click this... Now I do have proficiency with it, so I can swing it around and whatnot. So that's kind of neat. Alright, I'm going to be back in just a moment, and then I will give you the game plan about how we're going to take this. So I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I had to do something really quickly, and that was to get some stuff sent to me. First of all, a guild invitation. So... what I did is I spent some points and I made a guild. It cost 150 points for a guild charter. And of course, Generic B, the ranger character, is the leader of the guild. Why make a guild? Well, this series, again, is about growth and taking what you have and making it better. And using what you've earned. So that's why this is a Drow character, because I unlocked it. It is a vet status character because I unlocked it. It's a wizard because I haven't played one for a while, and I think it would be fun to do and keep it interesting for me, which should come across in the videos, I hope, as well. But also, what's a more long-term goal? Well, I could join a guild and just get free stuff left and right, but I'd rather work for my own stuff, if that makes any sense. Yeah, it's stupid. I mean, I could very easily just say, you know what, I'm just going to join a guild. Hey, any guild's recruiting, thanks. Use all their buffs, all their things. But I am stubborn. So I have this. I double-click it. Generic B has invited you to join his guild, Mind Rack. Do you accept? Yes. So now, I am in the guild. So... cool. So let's get rid of that. What else did Uncle Ginny send to us? He sent us a ring. It is a broken feather falling ring. Good enough. So that means we don't have to cast the Featherfall spell. Excellent. Goggles. They are Goggles of the Magi. 100 spell points. That is nice and very useful. Minimum level 7 though, so we'll have to put those in the bank. Along with some other things. Staff of the Necromancer. Ew. Minimum level 21. Potency, Nullification, Spell Pin, Lesser Arcane Augmentation, and Necromancy Focus 3. So at level 21, that will be very, very good to have. So let's hurry up and grind out some XP and get level 21. And a belt. Let's see. Health 3 belt. So Constitution belt. Good. Can't use that yet. We have to be level 5, but next level we can throw that on and increase our hit points a little bit. So that's nice. So I'm going to go dump this stuff off in the bank and give you some details about what's going to be coming up in the series. Alright, I chucked some stuff in the bank that was not necessary. So my plan, what I'm going to do, is head back to Korthos. Well, why would you do that, you dummy? You started off at level 4, you should be able to run whatever. Yeah, true, but there's actually some decent stuff on Korthos, at least some quick XP, and Might not elite at all. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure how much elite stuff I'm willing to do or able to do on this character. The sword looks really cool though. Look at that. It's all flamey. And looks like a big flame. Look at my sword! Woo! In the water. I'm not sure how many elites I'm going to do. If I'm going to try to get, like, maximum favor or something like that. The only thing I know that I'm going to need is some money for, like, healing potions and stuff. So that's what I'm after right now. Getting some quick quests and get some stuff done. I'm at level 4 right now. I'm probably going to bank XP just like I did before. Probably. I might deviate from that. I'm not sure. The reason being, every level that you get as a wizard, you get some spell slots and things. So I might want to just forego that and just level up as soon as I get the XP for it. At least for a while. Maybe at the later levels I'll do some banking XP. So basically I'll be back whenever I'm leveled up to, or get ready to take level 5. So that's going to be it for me for today. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you're going to enjoy this series. Until next time, this is Dirty William, literally reminding you to do the dirty work. Just a quick couple notes. Trying to kill this guy before he rang the gong, unfortunately it didn't work. If you can stop him, you don't have to deal with these guys in this room. Wanted to hop in, give a couple of tips on how to play a squishy character like this. As you can see, I have my little skeleton pet. I can tell him to go and attack whomever, so I can stay out of harm's way. So that's one thing to keep in mind since you have this pet, and kobolds are notorious for jumping on everything as high as they possibly can. Hate kobolds. So in this case, I can see there's a dude right there. I'm going to tell my hireling, my pet, to open that door so he can get some aggro on this guy. Then I can step in and do some damage. And again here, I'm going to open the door, but I'm going to send my hireling in and say, hey, attack this guy, so he can try to get aggro, so I don't get hit as much. And then once aggro is kind of established, I can go ahead and kill this guy off.
Hear a mechanism sliding open in the distance.
This next area is definitely a place where I want to send my pet in and have him kill all those guys. As you can see though, for some reason these guys are aggroed all over me, which is just infuriating. You'll also notice that I don't have any potions, which was a mistake on my part for not picking some up. I rectified that pretty quickly. So as you can see, being so squishy and trying to melee as a wizard is very difficult to do. I've almost out of spell points, my health is very low, and again, my fault, I didn't have any potions on me. So, while this quest is normally pretty quick, I had to run in here and shrine up just so I could get some spell points back. And again, after this little skirmish here, I was running low on health, and that is the reason why I went ahead and used the shrine. Again, completely my fault for not having... I didn't even think about it for some reason, that my low hit points and wearing a robe was going to cause a huge amount of damage to me. So, had to use the shrine again to get some health back. And here we are at the end fight. This end fight was very brutal because look at my hit points. I mean, they were so low. The only thing that saved me from getting clobbered to death is my pet standing in the doorway, blocking all that mess of nonsense, trying to eat my face off. So, props to the little skeletal pet that could.